Alright everybody, what is going on? I just got done summoning for the new 17 and 18 over on YouTube, so if you guys missed that stream, be sure to maybe tune in next time. I try to go live right when the banners do, but, tonight I did, so unless there's like they're at like a weird time or something like that, I try to be live whenever they go live. So anyway, we got the new season of Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, otherwise known as Dokkan Battlefield here. Let's go ahead and start looking at our setups and get a team built. I don't think I really need to edit my setup any here. I don't think we really got anybody that moved the needle since I last edited my setup. The last unit to come out on global before the androids was dude, I can't even remember. Omega, right? Okay, so maybe I need to update for Omega and Broly. Oh, I'm sorry, Omega and Baby. But yeah, AGL here is looking fine. Don't see anybody here that I am missing or like forgetting to add. Okay, so there's that. Let's go over Extreme AGL. Yeah, so I probably do want to. Do I want to add Omega and Baby? I probably want to add Baby, right? At least. We can get maybe. We can get like this Turles out of here, and that's a good question. Who else do I want to take off of here? I guess Rildo. Until Rildo easy A's, we can take him off for now. We can just add these two. So let's do that. Well, actually, no. If I'm bringing them, I probably want to have Rildo too. So I guess let's take off this Golden Frieza. I don't really use him much anymore anyway. And I guess let's go ahead and put Rildo back on the team. That way we can have like a nice core of GT bosses here. Okay, let's do that. Extreme Tech, I guess we can look at that next. I don't think there's any changes here from what I need to do. Nope, doesn't look like it. And I think everything else should be the same. So let's just go ahead and hop in here. If we see the first typing and I feel like I need to make changes, I will. And I don't think I need to. So, first tip of Battlefield, the thing that you always want to do, right? Level 1, the first typing that you see, and yeah, I explained this in all my Battlefield videos in case we ever get, like, new people. This first typing that you see, so this is Tech, that means that the final fight of Battlefield will also be Tech. So we want to be saving our int units for that final fight. So what I'm going to do here actually is hop into this Jacko fight. And what I like to use is the Ginyu Force team for my first team here. So let's go ahead and grab the Ginyu Force tag. And we can throw all of these guys on here. So this is just a pretty basic Ginyu Force setup. Of course, Captain Ginyu's a Dokkan Fest, but you don't have to use him. And then these two are summonable banner units. They're just available on the general banner pool every time you summon. But again, you can just replace them with the other free-to-play Ginyu Force team members. I just use them because I have them. And then the other 4 units that we have selected here are all free-to-play. So, like, there's no reason why you can't, like, build a similar team to this. And just kind of, like, interchange some of these, like, summonable, like, the 3 summonable characters here with 3 of the free-to-play ones. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop in. Jacko is not really a tough fight. The Ginyu Force team generally makes quick work of him. So we should be able to hop in here and just KO. Pretty good setup here. We can go ahead and throw Raccoon and Gildo in slot 1. It doesn't really matter, but they are, guarding with a Ginyu on rotation, which we do have with the LR Ginyu, and then Raccoon here at the end. I mean, we're not going to take damage. Jacko's stats are, like, very low. I don't know if I've ever actually gone over them in a video, so we could look at that, like, while I'm talking here. If I can find it, but, I'm kind of like 100 years old, so finding things is hard. Let's see, I guess this is it. Okay, so Jacko here. Oh, no, the cord. We're killing him with Raccoon, if the cord will ever come back. There we go. Alright, nice. There we go. Okay, just to show you guys real quick, these are Jacko's stats right here. This is HP is 7 million, attack is 42,000, defense is 4,000, like, damage reduction is 1%. This guy's a joke, right? Like, nobody is dying to Jacko here. So just use whatever units you can to beat Jacko, get through with this, save your units for later, and now you effectively have 2 int teams that you can throw at the final boss, if he's the one giving you trouble. So I know some other people like to also bring the Team Bardock team, and they'll use, like, Team Bardock for the first fight, and then they'll use the Ginyu Force for the second fight, because the same thing, the second fight is still not going to be very hard. If we take a look at the stats here of Zarbon and Dodoria, we can see it's barely a step up here to them. 80,000, like, on their attacks, right? Like, that's not crazy. That's kind of a joke. So Again, you could save 2 potential teams here by running the Ginyu Force and then running Team Bardock. I don't do that because I don't really need to, but if you are someone who's struggling with Battlefield, that is a tactic that you can employ. I am probably going to go a little bit weaker here, maybe save like Fusion Zamasu, I guess, maybe, but I mean, there's really no need. We can just grab like these guys and I guess like Cell and Super 17. We'll save some of the like more powerful tech LRs for later. So let's do that. Fusion Zamasu and that Tech Frieza that I saved both just have a basic extreme type leader skill, which makes them good battlefield leaders should you need them later in the event. So that's kind of why I saved them. I guess let's throw Frieza in slot 1. Again, these guys are not really going to be doing much damage to us. So that actually, we can probably just do this, or like this. Do we get anything linking them with Frieza? We get Shocking Speed. Yeah, I guess let's do this. We can get Janemba's support right there. We can grab all these orbs for Cell, and then we can just grab this. Again, these beginning fights are very simple. By the way, the website that I'm showing right here, this is just the Dokkan info website. If you are curious how to get here, there should be a link in the description. I just should have it labeled as Dokkan info, and then you go to events, and then you go right here to Ultimate Clash, and then you find the applicable date, which in this case is February 1st. So that's what you want to look for, and it should be all the way at the back. This is like number 60-something, I don't remember. But, again, these first couple fights are, you know, fairly easy. So, use the Ginyu Force, use the Team Bardock team. They're both free-to-play, easy to farm up teams. If you have another preferred free-to-play team that you like, use that here. But save all of your really powerful units for later. You can really, like, you know, if you're a new player or something like that, you can build up a lot of free-to-play units over time as the events come out and things like that, so... But the Team Bardock and the Ginyu Force teams are available every day each week. You can farm up 1 unit, so... I think I go over that a little bit in my beginner's guide, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. But I'm assuming that if you're watching a Battlefield guide, you're probably a little bit more advanced into the game. But anyway, so Extreme Physical here, who I like to run. I actually like to run this Broly as my leader because he has movie bosses and full power. And if we go ahead and sort by movie bosses and full power, you can see like we can run like a competent team here. So then I like to run like Cooler as my other sub-lead. Anytime I can, I do like to run category leaders as my main leaders here, and I like to build the team around them. So that's what I'm doing right here. Let's see, yeah, we can do this, because Turles can be really good to bring for Battlefield if there's a Goku family enemy. Since there's not here, I think I'll just bring 21, because, I mean, she's good, so we'll do this. A good rule of thumb, by the way, with your Battlefield teams is the more HP they have, generally the better they're going to be. Also, if you're having trouble with bosses, make sure that you look at their abilities up here. They've made it a little bit more obvious as to what you can and can't do to these enemies, since they have these, like, giant, like, squares showing at all times. So, for instance here, Tien cannot be stunned, he can't be attack lowered, and he can't be defense lowered, but that means he can be sealed. Unfortunately, I don't really have any sealers on the team, but if I did, we could seal him. It's not really going to be a big deal, but in some of these fights, it can be important, especially once you start getting into level 3. Once you start getting into level 3, you really do want to start paying attention to that. But yeah, these like level 1 and level 1 especially, like level 1 should not be giving you trouble. If level 1 is giving you trouble, you need to like go back to the drawing board. But level 2 really shouldn't be giving you trouble either. Again, just looking at these stats right here, I mean, this is for all 3 enemies. They're all pretty comparable. Baby's allegedly the hardest one here, and, you know, he caps out at his attack at 150k. Most competent units these days are going to be, like, you know, starting the turn with, like, 200k defense, so this guy really shouldn't be doing much damage to you or anything like that. But yeah, again, this page right here can give you an overview of the typings of the enemies in each battlefield, and then, like, what you can and can't do to them, and then what their super attack effects do. So, for example here, all the level 2 bosses, looks like they all lower your attack, but you can seal them. Notice how they are immune to stunning, attack, lowering, and defense, stunning, attack, lowering, defense, stunning, attack, lowering, defense. So all 3 level 2 bosses right here can be sealed. So if you go to your box whenever you're building your team members, you can set, there's actually a filter. I'll kind of show you right here with Krillin. It's not going to matter too much, again, for me, but you see this skill effect filter right here? You can set this, and you can go to, like, super attack, and then you can do seals super attack, and it'll filter by all the characters that have sealing effects on their super attack. Or if you want it, you know, like on their passive, I believe that there's one, you can set it to passive skill, and it'll bring them up. But anyway, let's go ahead and bust out Extreme AGL right here. We're going to bring up these two. That's who I like using. Metal Cooler, because he gives 4 key to Wicked Bloodline and 170%. And then Extreme AGL, 3 key, 120 is who I like to use. And then kind of similar thing with him, with Zamasu here. 3 key to Realm of Gods, and then Extreme Class 130. So they get a little bit of an extra buff to themselves. And then if I bring units like, you know, Rosé or like the Friezas, they get a little bit more of an extra buff, so that's why I like to do that. I guess for this, let's bring the GT bosses, then I guess let's bring, like, you and you for support. Let's just kind of see. Since Omega's, like, the new unit out, let's go ahead and give him a chance to shine here in Battlefield. We can seal, and Omega is a sealer. Unfortunately, not on rotation, but we do have a couple links active here with Baby and Metal Cooler. I could throw... I'll just leave it like this. It's not going to be a big deal. We are fighting a super class enemy, so does that make Baby better, or is it only when fighting a pure Saiyan? I can't remember. It's only a pure Saiyan. Okay, never mind. Krillin, obviously not a pure Saiyan, not known to be one, so that's fine. Zamasu also is a really good battlefield unit because of his healing that he gives you at the end of the turn, so any damage potentially that we take here, which... We're not taking any, but hypothetically, right, if that super attack from Krillin right there had actually hit us and done some damage, then Zamasu at the end of turn would have healed us, but I do have a full dodge build pretty much on my Baby. I think he has 22 dodge. You can go check out his showcase. I think I show it in there. But still, like, we dodge the super attack, and we KO Krillin here pretty easily. Again, these guys have pretty low health bars, so if you're running modern units, or at least units up to, like, Red Zone, these beginning, like, level 2 and level 1 bosses shouldn't really be giving you much trouble. You may start running into trouble at level 3. That's usually whenever people are talking to me about Battlefield. That's usually where they start running into issues. Now, for STR, personally, I actually like using my Super STR team first, just because I don't really like... I don't think it it doesn't have much cohesion. It's kind of all over the place, and I don't really like it. Like, it has a lot of really powerful units on it right here, but there's, it's just like a mismatch, right? And there's not, like, any, like, all-encompassing leader skill. Whereas for Extreme STR, I like running Terrifying Conquerors, because I can run, like, a double cooler setup as my leaders, and then I can fit a bunch of leaders on, like, the full 170% or even 200% leader skill, and it just works out really well. So that's why I like doing this. I like using Super STR first. So it's probably a little bit overkill, because, like, these units are really good, but I just like the cohesion of the Extreme STR team better, so that's why I save it for second. But for the most part, whenever I'm going through Battlefield, I like to use my Extreme teams first, and then I save my Super teams for later, just because generally, I mean, we're getting more Super class buffs than we are Extreme class buffs, and whenever we do get Extreme class buffs, they're usually, like, very sporadic, or they don't, like, work well with each other. Whereas, like, a super class team, right, we'll get Super AGL, and we'll get, like, 10 Goku family units, right, so they all just kind of work well together, and then most Goku family units have, like, do the Kamehameha, so, like, the team just gets, like, really easy to build there. Whereas you guys saw with, like, Super STR, it's just like, okay, Bulma, Future Gohan, the GT Duo, Super Saiyan 4, like, it's just all over the place, so, anyway. That is level 2 complete. Now we're moving on to level 3. This is where the bosses start doing a little bit more damage and start getting a little bit more difficult here. I'm not sure exactly how much damage they do on their super attacks, because this website, I don't think it has it. It just has how much damage they do on their normals, but again, if you're building competent teams in here, it shouldn't be too terrible. So again, looking at Goku, he's immune to being stunned, he can dodge you, but you can lower his attack and you can seal him. So if we're looking at super tech units here, God Goku is a great option because he seals, right? And he gets damage reduction against pure Saiyans, which Goku is. So we can grab him. And then I usually like to run this unit as my other super tech leader. Power Beyond Super Saiyans or Movie Heroes is their leader skill. So we can bring them. We can bring Piccolo, bring this guy. I like to save Tech Caulifla potentially for Broly, should I need her for that. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, we can bring this guy. Movie Heroes, we can bring this guy. And then lastly, we can just bring, like, this unit for the rainbow orb changing, potentially. They can be pretty good. Trunks is also a good leader, but I like kind of saving him, kind of like I did the Tech Frieza and Fusion Zamasu earlier. He has a really good sub-leader skill, so he can potentially be a good backup lead in the event that I need another team to go through here. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Again, God Goku's going to kind of be our ace in the hole. And I realize a lot of the times, too, with Battlefield, people are going to hop in, right? And they're not going to get perfect opening rotations. They're going to get, like, the worst possible opening rotations that they could possibly get, right? I get that. I've been there. But, you know, you just got to work around it. And I get it. It's annoying, especially, like, you fight all the way to, like, level 3 or something, right? And you just get KO'd instantly because you had bad rotations. Now you got to go do another 15 minutes of fighting just to get back up to that point. I get it. It's really annoying. But, you know, Battlefield does have really good rewards, so I do think it's worth it. And if you know, the more you invest into your box, the more you link level, the more you save your stones and summon on good banners, the more free-to-play units that you grind up, the easier Battlefield becomes over time. And eventually you'll kind of reach a point where you are outpacing Battlefield. That usually happens for most players eventually. You just reach a point where it's like, okay, I've got my set roster. I'll make a few updates here and there as I get new units or I get dupes or whatever. But once you kind of find the roster that works for you, you'll find that you don't really change up the rosters too much. Like, I very sparingly update my roster. Like, my Super AGL roster I've been using pretty much, like, forever. Like, since each unit of those, like, came out, like, that's just who I've been using, so... excuse me, I had to get some water there. But, again, it's... If Battlefield's giving you stress, just relax, take a step back. You know, take a little break and get back into it. Link level your characters. Make sure they've got good equips. Make sure you're investing in their hidden potential builds. For the most part, it shouldn't give you too much trouble, right? Alright, so Vegeta does have his support active now, I believe. We got hit 3 times, so we have Vegeta's nice passive support active. That's why I like to bring him in here in Battlefield. He's nice for short fights. Oh, that's actually a support kicking in right there. And then his support obviously makes units hit way harder, so it can help speed up Battlefield a little bit. Looking at Goku's stats here, this Kid Goku, you guys can start to see that these guys are starting to have a little bit more HP here. But it looks like I think they can all be sealed. That's kind of like, except for Vegeta here at the end. But like these level 4 bosses can all be sealed. So if you're making sure that you're bringing characters that can seal, you can keep these bosses from attacking you. So real quick, I gotta mute. Whew. Excuse me, guys, sorry. I'm still getting over a little cold that I had, so my throat sometimes will still give out a little bit. Alright, Demon King Piccolo here. Super physical, who I like to run, is this God Goku. And actually, I do like to run this guy as my sub-lead, because he does give 100% to pure, or 170% to pure Saiyans, and then super class 130s. And most of the team that I'm running here is actually pure Saiyans. So he works out well. And then I can just bring, like, I don't know, Ultimate Gohan and Trunks or something, right? Or I could even take them off and bring, like, these two. It really doesn't matter. But we'll bring these guys just since they're newer. So let's go ahead and go with them. I guess I've had quite a bit of turnover on my super physical roster. I like to think that I haven't changed it much since it came out. And there are some characters there that have been there for a while, like the GT Kid Goku. But I have started finally getting some turnover, I guess, on that team. Dude, these orbs are terrible. We got, like, all of our orb changers. Like, orb changer, orb changer, orb changer, all on, like, the next rotations. That really blows. Let's do this. We can give Ultimate Gohan these, and then we can give the physical orbs to these guys right here. Demon King Piccolo doesn't scare me too much here, but he might give us a little bit of trouble. I don't think I brought any sealers. Nobody on this team seals, so that could be an issue for us, but I'm not super concerned about it. Excuse me, I had to blow my nose. I was getting a little bit stopped up. Let me drink some more water. I believe we got enough ki here for Ultimate Gohan to get his additional super attack. I'm sorry, his additional attack that has a 70% chance to be a super. There it is. And then we could get the hidden potential as well. I do have a decent amount of additional on this guy, even though I went full dodge. I think I have like 25 dodge, maybe 15 or 12 additional, I think is what I have on him, which I think is a really good build, but, you know, I'm sure people disagree. There are some people that love this guy, make tier lists putting him in like the top 3 or whatever. Top 5, but you know, I'm not one of those guys. What can I say? All right, so we got some pretty decent orb changing here. Remember that for Battlefield, it's not super important that, like, God Goku gets all 6 orbs, but I would rather probably prioritize him than Vegeta. But yeah, since we're already type advantage, like, the guard's not going to matter a ton. We just need to make sure that we get the 3 for the dodge. So let's grab those, I guess. Let's grab the 7 for Vegeta. That'll give us the additional super attack. And we can just give Trunks the leftover int orbs there. And I'm pretty sure we're just going to KO this guy on this turn right here. So not too bad. We could dodge this, please, God Goku. Aw. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're not going to take much damage here, like 150k or something. Oh, 235. Okay, a little bit more than I thought, but again, it's like, I'm not concerned about it. Like, that's his only super attack that he can do on this turn, and he hasn't done any damage to us so far, and we have like a huge barrage of attacks coming in, right? So I'm not concerned about that level of damage. Everybody else in this rotation is safe, and we are out of here. So that is Demon King Piccolo. Next up, we have probably normal Piccolo is what I'll click on, but we'll see. I'm just going to go whichever's in the top, oh, I guess bottom left. There we go. All right, so Super AGL is what we're going to be going for next here. Again, I like to just run Kamehameha from Gohan because most of these units are on that. And then actually, I do like to run this unit as my leader now, but for the longest time, I just ran Super Saiyan 4 Goku, even before he EZA'd. Like, since this guy came out, he has been like a staple battlefield unit for me, just because of how much damage he can deal out so quickly. Of course, we want to bring this guy right here because he Rainbow Orb changes and he seals, so he's good. I actually like to bring this kid Gohan for the support, this guy Goku for the heal potentially, and just because he's fine. And then usually I like to bring UI Goku, just, I don't know, because I like him. Like, he's still pretty decent in Battlefield as like a dodge unit. He's got a good link set. So yeah, I like to throw him on the team. You can see right here we got a pretty good opening rotation. These two link well together, so that's nice. We can grab all of these orbs right here. Piccolo can be sealed and attack lowered, so take advantage of that when you can. I think this might also be a Heavenly Events enemy, so doesn't, like, Gohan get buffs against a Heavenly Events enemy? I can't remember, but if he does, he does. So there we go. Let's grab those AGL orbs and get on the road here with Piccolo and Goku. Everybody in this. So we've got 2 fights left. We've got Cell and the Vegeta fight. Obviously, the Vegeta is probably going to be the big gatekeeper for everybody here. If you are struggling with Vegeta, what do I tell you? Int units. Int units, obviously, are the ones that you want to bring. You know, Vegeta and Trunks can be good in here. I think even, like, the GT Vegeta, I might even bring him in here. He can be pretty solid. Namek Goku might be a little bit weak because he's not... So Namek Goku, remember, he gets, like, larger buffs against an extreme class enemy, and Vegeta's going to be a super class enemy, so, like, he may be a little bit more suspect, especially because he takes a while to build up his defense and stuff, too. The Vegito unit, they have dodge, so they can be pretty good. You know, what is it, like a 30% chance to dodge or something in their base form, so that could be valuable. Obviously, if you have the int full power Goku that's on the right of the screen right there, he can be good in here, just because he's got, like, the damage reduction, and he's pretty good in slot 1, and he can do a lot of damage. Other int units, if you're running an extreme int team, you know, Piccolo Jr. is going to be great, int Cell's going to probably be good, and he can give you a heal, potentially. There's just a lot of options to go for. We'll talk about it more once we get there. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit here, but I think you kind of... I don't think anybody's going to have, like, a trouble with int, right? Like, int should be stacked up enough that nobody's really struggling to build a solid int team. If you are, let me know. And let me know, like, what you've tried. And if you see anybody in the comments struggling, maybe try to help them out if you had an easy time, you know, getting through it. At some point, the cord is going to come back here. There we go. Oh, well, kinda. Oh, nope. Okay, Goku, 8 million attack stat. Please stay connected. Thank you. I'm going to mute really quick so that I can resync the audio. Anytime the cord, like, or, like, the Elgato does, like, weird glitchy things, it desyncs the audio, so I have to, like, do that, but I mute it so that you guys, or I try to remember to mute it so you guys don't get hit with the crispy audio. But there we go. We swept up Piccolo. Sorry you guys kind of missed that last turn or so a little bit there, but nothing of note really happened. I mean, we just kind of sweeped him up. And then now we've got Cell. Like I said, I like to save Extreme STR for this, so that's what we're going to be using. I think it said Cell... Yeah, so Cell can be stunned, he can be sealed, and he can have his attack lowered. So these guys, like, all lower attack, right? Like, a good chunk of these guys. So that's going to be pretty good. Any, like, Turles stuns, you lower attack, you lower attack, you lower attack. I like to bring you because you're a support, and then you just hit hard and you link well, so that's kind of like the cohesion. That's why I like Extreme STR for later, right? Like, all these units work really well together. So that's kind of like my game plan here. Alright, so let's do... I don't know if I really want to put Turles in slot 1 like this, but I guess we can. I mean, sure, why not? I'm actually going to go for the attack lower with Cooler, and then with Cooliza here, I'm just going to give him the attack. So, there we go. I guess I could have put Cooler in slot 1, but Cell does lower attack. Oh, no, he doesn't lower attack. Or does he have a... No, he doesn't. Okay. Well, he did a little bit of damage to us, but remember, we can stun him. I think Turles has like a... Is it a medium chance on his 12 key? I can't remember. Maybe not. I can't. I don't remember. But Cooler's going to start attacking now. Hopefully he gives us a good barrage, and we can get some attack lowering going here. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Come on, Cooler. Give us some supers, man. Yeah, dude. I have never been on board with the Lizard. I'm sorry. Like, people were gassing this guy up to be the #1 unit whenever he came out. I'm sorry. I was always a Vegeta and Trunks train enjoyer. And then Tech Carnival Goku I thought was 2, but yeah, on like these guys' release. But you know, not everybody shares that sentiment, unfortunately. Let's grab these. Let us grab these, and then we can grab all the Int Orbs with full power at the end here. All right, we should just win. Cell's debuff now. You know, we've got a couple off. This is a free-to-play unit, by the way, from, like, the God event era, like 3 years ago. This unit EZA'd 3 years ago, and they're still in Battlefield, dropping a 7 million attack stat. 11 million crit, by the way. Like, that freeze is crazy. He's been on my Battlefield team even before he EZA'd, and then after he EZA'd, I mean, he's just, like, never come off, right? Like, that dude is crazy. He just drops... It's so easy for him to drop damage. And we're running them on, like, a real team, so it works. Alright, so let's look at Int here. I guess let's run Extreme Int first. Yeah, so what I like to do is run, like, a Time Traveler setup with this guy as my leader, even though he's kind of odd. But remember that we are fighting a superclass enemy with Vegeta here, so this guy is actually going to kind of be at full power. Then we can bring this guy. Rosé's still going to be, like, he's going to drop a ton of damage. We're going to bring Piccolo Jr. You have, like, dodging, right? So we could bring you. High chance of evading enemy attacks, including super attacks with HP is 50% or more. So we could bring her. We could bring Chilai potentially so that we could see where super attacks are. And then just like bring Fusion Zamasu. I mean, this is a pretty good competent setup. If I wanted, I could swap off her, and instead of like trying to get the support, I could bring this guy because he's going to be a little bit more solid defensively. And he does have the heal on his super attack effect. So I could bring him instead. But I think I'll try this for the first go around here. And we'll see how it goes. Again, if we do take... Hopefully we get Cell in turn 2. That way, if we take a ton of damage in turn 1, we have Cell to heal us. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Interesting array of attacks here. I'm going to do this. We may just die here. Like, actually, we got pretty unlucky with the attack placement and the orbs and the rotations. Like, this is all pretty unlucky here. But we'll see how it goes. We do have support. I think we're fine. We're definitely fine from normals. I would just be concerned about super attacks on Cell. Also, Goku Black is not going to be getting his guaranteed additional super attack because we did not get enough keys, so that could be a problem for us. This will do a little bit of damage, but it won't kill us. Yeah, 229. That's not too bad. Nice dodge. Thank you. Remember, he gets a lot of defense on super attack here. So if we could, like, triple super, that'd be great. He does have that capability, so we could do that. Awesome. Rosé still will do a ton of damage, and he will get defense, you know, whenever he super attacks. But what is it? We need 19 key, I think, to get his guaranteed additional. And unfortunately, we are at 18 keys, so we're going to be just shy of getting the guaranteed additional with him. But I think I have full additional in his hidden potential system, so we could get that there. Or I might have full crit. I don't remember. Alright, well, there's that. And drop the bomb on him. Skadoosh. Oh, does he get his guaranteed additional? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. This is either his hidden potential system or we got really lucky. Alright, here's the super attack. He should be able to eat this. Worst case scenario... I don't know. Oh, double digits. Okay, well, that's supposed to be Vegeta's big scary attack, right? And Rose just ate it. I'm not even gonna have to bust out Super Int here. Like, oh my, like, we actually just like one turn this guy. Okay, free boss, by the way. Let's grab the, if you are struggling with this guy, though, remember that you can bring Tech Caulifla in here and her SSR, and they both have a 100% chance to dodge. So if you're struggling, just try that. What do we want to grab? These? I guess just like that. It doesn't matter. Let's grab these. We'll save the Int Orbs for next turn in case we need to heal. I'm playing it a little bit risky here, throwing Goku Black in slot 1. But, okay, that's fine. I was gonna say, do I have a full dodge build on him? I don't remember. I might have a full additional build on him just because I was like, I'm not changing it. I don't remember. He's probably full additional, isn't he? I honestly don't know. We'll never know. He got his additional, though. Remember, he gets, like, I don't remember what it is. Is it guaranteed? He gets additionals whenever you're fighting a superclass enemy, so we could triple super here. We do. Very nice, very nice. So there we go. That's a triple stack. This guy still takes a while to build up, but whenever you're up against a superclass enemy, he does build up a lot faster. So for Battlefield, he should be building up fast enough. Dang it, that could have been one more. He should be building up fast enough in Battlefield to be able to, you know, survive. You know, should we take damage, we do have Cell on the next rotation, and if we fall below 40% and we survive, you know, he's going to heal us back up to full. We get, like, you know, he does a ton of damage, we get the Rainbow Orb changing, all that good stuff, so it looks like we tanked that decently well. I guess, we had as much defense there, maybe, I guess, as Cell had on the previous rotation or something. Is that what happened right there? I'm not too sure. Vegeta could super us again here. That's kind of unfortunate, because I think Zamasu could have nullified that super attack. But we actually... No, Piccolo Jr. is going to KO. Who am I kidding? I forgot Piccolo Jr. was in the 7th, or like the 6th slot right here. The 3rd. You guys know what I'm trying to say. He was the last attacking unit on the rotation. He was in the 6th slot overall. Whatever. There we go, level 3 cleared, and we didn't even have to use a superclass team. If I did, I would have run Vegeta and Trunks probably as my leader, and then just run like a bond of parent and child, maybe throw like God Goku on there or something. I can show you guys the units that I have for Super Int at the moment, just to like show them here. So I probably would have run like these guys as my leader, and then probably this guy as my sub-lead. Remember that God Goku right here? He leads pure and hybrid Saiyans, but Vegeta and Trunks are not on either category, despite being both. So you can't use like, I mean, you can run them technically off lead, and they're good enough that it can work. But just remember that if you want to use God Goku as your sub lead, that he is not giving this unit a leader skill buff. So just something to keep in mind. And then, I don't know, I probably would have brought this unit, obviously. Like, they're good even without the damage reduction here. We could bring this guy. This guy's fine, honestly, in here, as long as he doesn't eat a super. We'd probably have enough Trunkses on the team between these two right here to be able to bring the future Gohan, so it really wouldn't have been difficult. Honestly, this guy can be decent with the Rainbow Orb changing still. Pan can be decent because she dodges and supports, so that's kind of my philosophy there. So let me know what you guys thought about this season of Dokkan Battlefield. There we go. Let's collect our rewards, all this good stuff. I'll go ahead and check and see if they added anything into the shop. I don't think they did, but I will just double check here. That way we can get it on camera. And they did not. There's nothing new in the shop here, so just saving my currency until they add the last copies of Hachiak. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with Battlefield, and I'll catch you guys next time.